How are we doing, guys? McCann here and welcome to another FIFA 21 video. It is currently 6:30 on Tuesday the 2nd of February. Team of the Year is officially out of packs. Team of the Year promo is officially done, dusted. We do have a new promo coming on Friday, and you'll see that from the loading screen once we get into the game. In terms of Team of the Year, guys, in previous years, Team of the Year was always meant to be, or it was always regarded as the best promo of the year. In my opinion, it is. They are 11 or 12 cards with the addition of the 12th man, with the best cards that you can possibly get in the game, including icons. So I was a wee bit underwhelmed with the Team of the Year this year, with just the lack of content, so to speak. And then obviously we look at that Sabitzer honourable mentions SBC, which is just absolutely ludicrous. I done a video on that, I think it was a day or two ago. But I just feel like Team of the Year was just a complete letdown. Obviously we did pack a Team of the Year which was absolutely superb, but just in general, the lack of content, the lack of player objectives, etc, it's just been a letdown in my opinion. So that is it done, that is it dusted. As I said, we do have a new promo coming on Friday, and when we load up this loading screen you'll see exactly what promo it is. It's actually one of my favourite promos of the year. It is Future Stars. Obviously, if you don't know what Future Stars is, it's just basically a selection of young prospects or young talents throughout Europe or wherever it may be, obviously getting upgraded cards. So it's very, very good to get used to these cards. So that is the news for the promo that's coming on Friday, so I'm looking forward to that. In terms of content tonight, guys, we were all kind of expecting what was happening. Obviously, that you can see on the screen there, it's actually been given away. It is Wayne Rooney's end of era card. It was always going to happen. This card was always in the pipeline. It was just kind of a matter of time when it was going to drop, really. But looking at his card, it's absolutely brilliant. In terms of the last SBC, we will compare it to that last SBC, which is the Sabitzer card, because it's just absolutely crazy, that card. The price of that is just, I can't even talk about it again. I've obviously done a video on it and it's just madness. But so that is the content for this evening. We don't actually, I will check again in case I have missed anything, but I don't believe we have any new milestones. This again, I'm kind of hoping this is like the last 6 months of the game, 7 months of the game. We're past Christmas, we're past Team of the Year. I'm actually hoping that milestone starts to pick up. I very much doubt it will. It is a completely forgotten about section in the game, the exact same as last year. But we check that, there's nothing there. We do actually have the Vault of Cities, which are just strips basically for winning 8, assisting 12, scoring 15 and playing 10. And then obviously you get a 75 plus rated player at the end of it. I don't really see the point in it personally, but that is the only new objective. Obviously week 4 and week 5 are still there as well. I've actually ran out of my 30 games for the week, so I can't actually play rivals to get them two finished, which again is an absolute crazy decision by EA to do that. You get 30 games between your rivals and your weekend league throughout the full week, basically throughout the full week. So if you play 30, you play your full 30 rivals games at the weekend, you can't play division rivals through the week. It's absolutely mental. Did I say 30 rivals games at the weekend? If you play your 30 weekend league games at the weekend, you can't play rivals games through the week. It's crazy. So obviously in terms of SBCs, we do have an end of era Wayne Rooney. Again, it was a matter of time before it came in. It was always going to happen. We obviously retiring, so we'll have a look at that in a minute. Let me just double check if there is anything else there. I don't believe there is. Obviously your base and mid-icon pack there. The mid-icon pack has got 4 days remaining. Bruno's still there, and then that terrible Marcel Sabitzer SBC's there. That is probably the worst SBC they've ever released in history. But anyway, we're past that now, guys. So if we have a look at Wayne Rooney, we're going to load him up in Fuckband. We can have a better look at him, but his card is absolutely superb. What I will say is he's had a skill move upgrade, and he's had his work rates have been changed as well, which makes this card even better. This is obviously in comparison to his base card. So the first segment is Premier League player, 84 rated and 80 chemistry. The second is a Team of the Week player, a Man United player, 84 and 75 chemistry. And then an England player with an 86 rated and 65 chemistry for a premium gold, a prime mixed and a prime electrum players pack. Now, on the face of this, guys, it does seem pretty expensive. I will admit that. Now, obviously, you're maybe your casual user of the game or casual player of the game or whatever it may be, or somebody who's just dumped all their fodder into the team of the year stuff, might not actually be able to complete this guy, and that is obviously understandable. This card is probably coming in about 350k, but you'll understand why it's 350k when you see his in-game stats. Obviously, I'll go through the negatives of this card first. The negatives are the fact that he plays in the Championship. It's not the best league, it's not got very many links to it. The other negative is, in terms of English players, there is a few decent English players in the game, but you look at English icons, there's not really any English icons that are meta enough to be playing in a squad, basically. Basically, until the prime icon moments come out, you'll not really find any good English usable icons. So it's going to be difficult to fit him into your team, 100%. Obviously, it does get the link to, like, obviously normal icons, we get that. But I'm thinking about strong links. The only strong link that I could probably see working is if you remember the Milestone Championship cards, the Scott Sinclair there and the Bradley Dack. He'll strong link to them, and he'll also link to the Josh King card as well. 3D cards, they're not the best in the game, they're well behind the power curve, they're not really exceptional cards that anybody's going to use. So it's definitely going to be difficult to fit this guy into your team. But I'm going to take you to Fuckband, guys, and we can have a good look at him, because he's in games and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about when I show you his in games. His in games are absolutely brilliant. So he is coming in at 370k. Once that settles, hopefully it will be around about 350k odds. So in comparison to his normal gold card, he's had 34 pace, 14 shooting, 8 passing, 15 dribbling, 15 defending and 15 physical. It's an absolute monster upgrade. Obviously 93 rated. It is an absolute banging card. He has 4-star, 4-star, medium high work rates, and if you do compare that to his normal base gold card, he's had 2. In fact, I thought it was actually only the skill upgrade, but he's had the skill moves upgraded, 1, and his weak foot's obviously been upgraded, 1 as well, and also it's been changed from medium to medium high work rates, which makes a massive difference in this game. Obviously, you look at this card and it genuinely is an end-game card, let's be honest. It's an end-of-era card, we know that, but it is an end-game card. It's absolutely brilliant. Obviously, this is a new card type as well, guys, so I'm actually kind of expecting there to be other players as well coming with this card type, the end-of-era kind of stuff, so I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what they do drop. But you look at the pace for a start, the pace is very good. Obviously could be better. Pace is essential in this game, so I will be looking for a chem style, and I know exactly what chem style is going to be suiting him the best. But I'll be looking for a chem style that will increase his pace. His shooting is absolutely ridiculous. Other than positioning, his shooting is basically maxed. Obviously 94 for finishing and long shots, volleys 97, penalties 95, shot power 99. The shooting doesn't even need to be touched. We don't even need a chem style to look at shooting there, because it's absolutely brilliant. Passing for a striker as well, if that's where you're going to play him, this card has loads of different ways you can play him because of his stats. Obviously we've also known that when he dropped deeper throughout the park when he got older, so I don't know if any of you preferred him as a centre mid or maybe a cam or whatever it may be, so you might look to play him there. But his passing in general is absolutely brilliant. A wee bit low in short passing, but again a chem style on that will increase that, and it'll make it a lot better. Vision and crossing, free kick, I say, long passing also are very nice. Obviously agility, balance are a wee bit low at this stage of the game, but you look at the composure, which is brilliant, absolutely superb. Dribbling, ball control and reactions again are very top tier, and the physicals are absolutely insane for a striker. As I said, guys, you can actually play this guy anywhere. You look at it with a Deadeye, he's a 95 cam, he's a 96 striker. You look at it with an artist, he's a 94 cam, a 94 striker. If you are looking to play him centre mid, maybe even a maestro or a powerhouse, I don't know why it's not quite going to powerhouse, 94 centre mid there. Guardian makes him a 91 centre mid. What I would say is Engine, in my opinion, is definitely the best chem style for him. Reason being is because when you look at the base card, I identify maybe 5 or 6 key stats that definitely need improving. Acceleration, sprint speed definitely needs improving. Agility and balance 100% needs improving. And I did say that the short passing was a wee bit low. So there is the 5 stats, in my opinion, that need improving. When you put an engine chem style on this guy, it improves every single one of these stats. Obviously with the 8 plus to the dribbling as well, which could potentially be the 6th stat that does need improving. But agility balance, acceleration, sprint speed are now very, very nice. Agility balance are you're into 90s with them. Your dribbling is everything's in 90s. Passing, everything in 90s again, other than short passing. Physicals other than jumping already into the 90s. Shooting is all 90s, and the pace is now all 90s. Engine chem style on this guy is 100,000,000% the one to be using. You can use him left mid, you can use him right mid. I wouldn't really recommend that, but he is usable out in the wide areas. I would personally just use him as a striker. If you can fit him into the 4-5-1 formation and have maybe 2 icons, then you would be able to fit him in on 10 chem. 94 striker with that shooting, that pace, that passing, the physicals and that dribbling, he is going to be unbelievable. The total in-game stats as well are absolutely ridiculous. I'm actually going to have a look at him in general if I go to the player database. Oh, got lost there. I'm going to have a look at him as well. So if I go to player database and we go to total in-game stats, he is actually coming in at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He is 10th in this list for total in-game stats, which is absolutely insane. He is actually above Team of the Year Lewandowski. He's above Player of the Month Bruno Fernandes. Obviously James Tavernier's still up there, as much as I don't like to admit it. It is a very, very nice card, and obviously he is a live item as well. But he's above Eric Cantona, which is his prime, above Schweinsteiger, above Zidane, above Carlos, above Coleman, above mid route to it. This card is absolutely brilliant. There's absolutely no getting away from it. So, as I said, guys, wear an engine chem style, play him at striker, and you have an end game striker there. He is probably going to be, if I can potentially get him into the team. Now, I will show you some examples of what you can actually link him with. In terms of English players, obviously we have Trent Alexander-Arnold, the links to him. If you're not lucky enough to use him, we have Harry Kane as well. These are only soft links you'll get because he obviously is in the Championship. He gets strong links to any of these icons, but if you look at these icons, none of them are actually usable, probably other than Beckham. Beckham is probably the best English icon, or maybe Ferdinand as well, or Sol Campbell. Other than that, it's very, very difficult to get him into a team. Obviously Sancho, Vardy, Rashford will obviously link to him, and he is definitely usable this year, one of the most meta players. But there isn't very many options. Obviously he'll soft link as well to that new Grealish card, the Objectives card. But obviously Walker as well, he's definitely usable. I'm just kind of trying to figure out usable cards. You can even start him maybe at centre mid and link him to Tavernier if you want to get Tavernier into your team, which is definitely an option. So for example, let me see if I can actually go to FIFA squad builder here. This is, you could maybe put it into a 4-3-3-3. 2 seconds. You can maybe have like Rooney here, Rooney in there, and then Tavernier in here, and then maybe like an icon. So for me, for example, I'd take Lauren Blanc in there, and that works. Do you know what I mean? He will get some good links for you in there. The only difficulty you're now going to have is to try and get a right winger, strong link into your striker or whatever it may be. But he definitely works in there. Another example you could give off is the one I did state earlier on. You could play Rooney in there. Just forget these guys now. Just take them out. And if you have 2 maybe icon cams, you could play them in there. Even Rashford, I believe he has a striker card, doesn't he? So even if you have that in form Rashford, or even the team of the group stage Rashford, he'll link in there. And then say for example you've been lucky enough, I'm trying to think of the last icon I played with Cam. Even if you've been lucky enough to get a 94 Zidane for an icon pack, you'd be able to slot Rooney in at striker there, and they will get 10k in there. Obviously you can add the loyalty weight as well, which obviously makes him 10k. But that is just a couple of examples of how to fit him into the team. It is definitely going to be difficult, especially for me. The majority of my team is French. The majority of my team is maybe Ligue 1. Mostly Ligue 1 actually. So it's going to be very, very difficult for me to fit Rooney in as a starter. But he would definitely be in with my squad. He'll probably be coming on as a sub quite a lot until there actually is, until I'm actually able to get players that can help me fit them in better, basically. So again, as I said, guys, with an engine chem style, you can play him at cam, you can play him at striker, and obviously you can play him in wide areas. I would genuinely just play him cam, 4-star, medium high work rates, and obviously has the outside of the foot shot and the leadership trait. But again, in terms of SBCs, in terms of what we've been released, team of the year, in my opinion, I just kind of want to forget about it. And that's just how I want to think about it. To be honest, there's no really much. I don't really get much excitement about it anymore. At the time, obviously, parting Alphonso Davies was absolutely brilliant for me, but it's just no. I just didn't date for me, guys. As I said, it was very, very underwhelming for me personally. I just feel like you look at some of the cards as well. You look at Kevin De Bruyne. I felt as if his stats. Sorry, I need to change that back to my FIFA screen. If you look at his stats, I just felt like he was very, very underwhelming. I felt as if Kevin De Bruyne should have been a lot better. And then obviously just the lack of the content as well. Didn't really date for me. And then obviously with that ridiculous Marcel Sabitzer SBC was just kind of the icing on top of the cake, in my opinion. But in terms of tonight's content, guys, we have a very, very nice Wayne Rooney. Obviously he is coming in at the 350k. It's saying 370 now on Fuckband, but it is an expensive card, but it's definitely a card that will last for the rest of the game cycle, basically. Though, as I said, the negatives about this card is the fact that he's going to struggle. You are going to struggle, and maybe some people are going to struggle to get him fit into the team. As I said, unless you have icons, there's not really many players. Obviously you have the Championship squad foundations players, which will work, but they're just that far behind the power curve that I wouldn't even bother playing them. But in general terms, guys, it is definitely a very, very good SPC, and I will be completing them. As I said, with an engine chem style, he's probably, as I showed you the total in-game stats, he's actually sitting 10th in the list, so it's definitely, he's better than Team of the Year Lewandowski in terms of in-game stats. But it's definitely a card that I will be completing, and let me know if you're going to complete him as well. But that is the end of the video, guys. If you are enjoying the content I'm bringing you, please leave a like in the video. That lets me know that the content has been viewed and you guys approve. If you have not already subscribed as well, a wee subscription would go a long way as well, guys. Honestly, it doesn't cost you a penny, and it's very, very appreciated. Hit the bell button as well if you want to know when I'm dropping new content, which is usually nightly, unless, unlike FIFA has been in the last couple of nights, it's just been totally dead. But we're hoping for big improvements. Obviously, Future Stars coming on Friday, which is great. One of my favourite promos. I love to get new players, especially youngsters, and involved into my team and stuff. If I'm going to be lucky enough to pack one. But as I said, guys, that is the end of the video. Hit like, subscribe, all that kind of good stuff. But until next time, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and I'll see you later. Thank you, cheers.